The International Monetary Fund has said that XRP is the best way to pay for deals between different cryptocurrencies. Also, they agreed that the World Bank and SWIFT will use XRP as part of the ISO 222 system to make it easy to send money between banks. They think that by January 2026, XRP will be worth $419.37 each when XRP is added to both the ASLA 22 system and the World Bank in the next 24 hours. Things will start to move. At this point, the XRP ledger market cap is likely to hit $1.25 quadrillion. This is because a lot of money will be flowing into the XRP ledger as a whole. The XRP ledger could then be used to handle payments instead of all of SWIFT's present financial networks through the ISO 222 standard. Because there isn't much XRP and a lot of people want it, its value goes through the roof. That's why we say XRPF needs to focus on the next 24 hours. They show the start of the path to integration and the start of integration that will bring in more than $5 trillion, 0 cents every day. I'd like to let you know before we start this movie that everyone who watches it will get free XRP worth up to $100, 0 cents. To get that free XRP, all you have to do is leave a comment below the video and click like to follow. Another thing is that you need to use the link in the description to sign up and support, and then you need to buy something. It could be 10 cents, $1, 0 cents, or $2, 0 cents. Sign up using the link in the description, keep it up and make a trade. You'll get that sweet bonus of up to $100, 0 cents, which you can use to get even more XRP. Let's begin the video right away. We are looking at $95, 0 cents right now, which is $0, 0 cents Bitcoin, and $2.21 XRP. But in 24 hours, everything will be different. Every day, over $5 trillion, 0 cents worth of 0 cents will start to flow. XRP will be worth more than $1,000 or $419.37 per XRP by January 26. Its market value will have reached $1.25 quadrillion. This happens at the same time that the US sets the legal price of XRP and lets people pay with it. Along with other companies, Ripple is working on a digital dollar. This will make it easy to send money to people all over the world. Today, we can see a big step toward being able to trade the US dollar and XRP together online. This is because XRP is now a part of the Federal Reserve and is also becoming a very important currency. A lot of news stories say that all US banks will use and accept XRP. Also, they say that the Federal Reserve will link XRP to the Ripple network. I think it's important to know how big this problem really is, since JP Morgan said that all JP Morgan Chase banks around the world would accept XRP as a form of payment. When we think about this again, we need to remember that JP Morgan Chase knows things that we don't hear at retail shops. This information is being hid by the voters who say they don't want people to be able to buy XRP in shops because they are thinking about working with Ripple Labs. People from the outside shouldn't have XRP. They want institutions and the government to be in charge of it instead. A big buyback and not letting people buy it in shops are ways they're trying to get it back. We'll talk more about this in a different film, but it's happening now. These reports show that the Federal Reserve Bank will no longer let normal people buy XRP. You can see them on the screen already. The date this came out, April 21, 2025, is brand new. That is 5 days ago. It's happening again right in front of Iraq. In fact, these big businesses are only now beginning to use it. Also, it makes sense. After having worked with Ripple before, Amazon has now decided to add XRP as a payment method. In this picture is Amazon and this is Ripple. You can see that XRP is used by the big partnership to deal with things and pay for things. We also take a look at the world of free trade, which makes trillions of deals possible. In the new banking system, everything will be recorded in XRP. As we talk about how institutions are using crypto, let's take a look at the Crypto Trading Fund. It was the first payment reward system and came out with its own CTF rewards token. It's the biggest project on the XRP exchange and has added Amazon and Walmart, making it the leader in its field. It is predicted that the CTF token will be worth more than $748.00. In 2 weeks, they will be worth $20 billion and 50 cents on the market. There are some tokens that are worth as much as $748.50, which is 61 cents. From that point of view, it makes sense, as many XRP researchers and experts have shown. This is true for XRP as well as Bitcoin and Solana. The CTF coin is said to be very popular and in high demand. There are, however, only 120 million available, which is a very small number. There will be a huge supply shock because of this. What they said they would do with 1 million XRP Ledger CTF tokens was burn on May 3rd. This is when everything will happen. The amount of the CTF token will change a lot because of this, which will make its price go through the roof. Guys, it's time to look at the CTF charts. It's time now. Some things have merged. We're now at the line of strength, but now is a great time to buy before that big pump comes out. Pay attention to this. The price is already going up 5% and it keeps going up every day. That's why we need to accept that the time has come. A big rise is very likely to happen. So we need to keep a close eye on the charts. I have something to say to you, but I need to make it clear that I'm not a business advisor. You need to study on your own. I'll leave the link on the XRP record so you can learn more about the CTF coin. Since this is a useful coin, we need to see what they've done again. What we're talking about are things like payment perks. We are going to talk about money. You want to find these real payment projects when you work on them. They come from being useful, more than $390,000. There are no cents in the crypto chain fund, which could be the CTF coin or the real fund. You can find them on the XRP library and the Maxwell Bank Exchange deck. There are over 33,000 people who have used them since they signed up with Amazon, Walmart, and Crypt City. They were made to work with banks and shops and still are. Also, this is something we need to look into when you do your study so that the world's payment system can really go global. Bull should be happy about this. I'm really excited about this. Could you show me what might happen? The next bull run will definitely be a payments bull run. The Crypto Trading Fund is a pretty new project, about a year or two old, and there are only about 7,000 holders. This is very small compared to the 70 million holders you're talking about. It's early. They have been around for a while, though, which shows that they are a strong utility coin, and the price will go up a lot after this turn on May 3rd. That will be great for the market. At the end of the movie, I'll basically say, let's take a look back at XRP. This is because, once more, we need to look at XRP on a global level, and people are expecting $10,000 or $30,000 and 0 cents per XRP. Soon we'll know for sure what will happen from now on. To wrap up, let me show you this story. $250 billion and 0 cents are being handled on the XRP ledger, which is true because one of the biggest companies in the world said so, and their CEO is talking about it right now. I'm going to play the video for you, but first I want to tell you to use the link in the description to sign up for a poll and get $1 worth of free XRP. You also click like, share, and subscribe. You must also write an XRP in the space below. That's XRP. You'll know this way.